Let's start. Hello, let's start with the today's TSNU, this amazing visualizer by dsl.chicot.com. Use this link to get a 7-day free trial. Okay, so this is our today's question. Find minimum in a rotated sorted array. An ascending sorted array of unique values was rotated at a unknown pivot. Return its minimum element in log n time. Okay, so this is our lead code question. So see, in this way, these two portion, this portion and this portion, actually we are sorted in a we first our array was 0 1 2 4 5 6 7. Okay, we make sure we put this into the front, we put the whole things into the front, and then this one, and this is how we are actually making it a sorted and rotated array. Okay, now we have to find what is given to us. We have to return the minimum element in log n time. Okay, so if you go to the question, okay, okay, suppose the array of n length is given 0 1, see this 0 1 2 4 5 6 7 might become 4 5 6 7 0 1 2. It was rotated 4 times. Okay, so it was rotated 4 times. So when one time, so how this rotated thing happens: 0 1 2 4 5 6 7. This is our array, and we rotate it one time. Every time we rotate it and we get this array. Okay, now given the sorted array of nums of unique element, return the minimum element in this array. Okay, so how could we find a minimum element? So if we sort this array again, like using the sort function, if we sort this array, suppose ARR is our array, if we sort this array and at the end we return the array of at 0th index. So what happen after we sort it? After we sorting it, it will become 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, and then this first index is actually the minimum because we have to find the minimum. Okay, so let's do this sort of nums dot nums dot begin and nums dot end, and at the end return this nums of 0 or the first index. If we just do this 2 line, it's working. Let's now run it and let's see, it's working fine, but we have to do it in log n time. Okay, so what is the time complexity of this solution? It is simply because we are using a sorting, so it will become big O of n log n, time complexity and big O of 1 as space complexity. So this is our solution. So now what if in this array we just put a loop, like a for loop, simple for loop, and for every index we want to find, okay, what is the minimum, what is the minimum, what is the minimum. Let's do that thing also. So what we'll be doing, we are using a for loop of n times and find the minimum. Okay, so let's suppose, let's do it int answer, and it will become the first index we take. So just start from the second index till the last index, or I don't take n here, int n equal to nums dot size. Okay, so from the first index till the last index we take everything and find answer is become minimum of answer and nums of I. This is how we can easily calculate the minimum, and if we just return the answer, we can actually return the value. Simple. I am using a for loop to get the minimum among all the elements. It is still beating everything. So what is the time complexity? The time complexity will become big O of n. And what is the space complexity? We don't use any extra space, so it will be big O of 1. But this is also not the correct solution. Maybe it is fast, but here it is clearly mentioned you must write the algorithm that runs in big O of log n times. Okay, also here it is mentioned that element in log n time. So what is the log n? What is log n? It is simply the binary search approach. Okay, but the whole array is not sorted. So take this array. Okay, take this array. Now I'm just taking two things, not okay, these two. Yes. Now see, if we break this array into these two parts, into okay, or let's be like this one. We just take this array, we just break it into two parts. Are these two parts sorted? Are this part and this part is sorted individually? Yes, this part and this part, both are sorted individually. See, how can we find the point where the sorted order breaks without looking at every element? Okay, this is our point. So, rather than taking this all, I'm just explaining the solution. Okay, so let me just remove this. Okay, so this is our just remove all of this or be there. So in this case, this part is sorted, this part is also sorted. So somehow if in this array, we found the portion where it breaks, like see, in this portion it is break. Somehow if we found this portion or this portion that it is breaking, so this portion is our actual answer. Simple thing. So in every, even you take more test cases like this also, or taking this one here. So here what is the minimum? 1. And see this, after dividing it, this portion is sorted, this portion is sorted. We somehow have to find this element or this element. This element is the answer, okay, and this element is the last element of the previous one. So this element we have to give return every time. So let's take it, this example. Okay, so what if we take our binary search, we take a left here, we take a low and high here. Okay, so what we did when we want to find a solution in a binary search, we first calculate mid, and it is simply 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it is 6 plus 0 by 2, which is nothing but 3. And what is the 3? This one, this mid. This mid. Okay, now check what. Let me draw in through like this one. So what, suppose in our binary search, so this is our binary search, simple binary search, this is will become our mid if our low and high is this. What we check when we found mid? We just check every time that in which portion our answer lies. It is greater than the mid, like it is greater than the mid, or is it in between this mid and high, or it is in between this low and mid. You have to find that in which portion we have to perform the search. Similarly, in this case, what we will be doing, we will be check one thing. We have to find that partition. But how could we find? If we check this mid and this high, like this one, if take this is as A, it is become Q A. So if A of, or if A, take the smallest one, if A of this mid is greater than this A of R or H, okay, then we have to search in this portion. Why? Simple thing, because the array is rotated and sorted and we have to find the smallest element. Okay, the smallest element always lies like this portion. Okay, then how could we found that if we rotate it many times, so this portion, this high, will always lower than some of these values, not every values, some of these values. So when this condition occurs, we simply do one thing, we have to search in this portion. So how we search in this portion? Put our low like this, so our low will become mid plus 1. Simple. And what if this condition doesn't occur? We have to search in this portion. Okay, but the H, but in the else case, like this is the if case, and for the else case we have to perform right equal to mid, not mid minus 1. Because if you want to find the minimum value, okay, and somehow the minimum value lies like here or in this portion, then we have to consider this 7 also, because maybe this 7 consist of this mid. It can happen if for this same thing, okay, this is not very prominent. For this, suppose it will become 5, like 5 6 7 0 1 2 4. So see, both of these are same array. So if we do left and if we do a H here, so our mid, what will become our mid? Our mid will become this 0. So if we just check if our mid is greater than 4, simply no, our mid is not greater than 4. So whenever our mid is not greater than 4, put H here, because we have to consider if the mid is not greater than 4, it simply means we are in a condition which may consist of this minimum value, not every time it will occur, but it may consist of minimum value. For that reason, see here, our minimum value is this 0. So if we put our high here, we just remove this, we just make a mistake and we remove this. Okay, so this is 4 times rotated. If you see here, they say it is rotated 4 times, but if you rotate this the original array, these nums, 3 times, you will get this array. So we have to make sure that our H should always point into mids. That's it. Okay, and our answer will always lie on the L. Okay, this is our simple answer. Okay, so now if I do again a dry run, like find the mid 0, it will be like 0 1 2 3, like 3 by 2 it will become 1. So this is our mid. Does this mid value is greater than this R? Yes, it's the mid value 6, or what is our H? 0, it is greater, so L will goes here. Okay, now this portion, Now we have to search in this portion, the 7 and the 0. So what will be our mid? It will become 2 plus 3, like 5 by 2, and it will become 2. Okay, this will become 5 by 2 and becoming 2. So this will be our mid. Is our mid value is greater than our high value? Yes. When our mid value is greater than our high value, then simply do one operation, mid plus 1. L become here. Okay. Now, whenever both of them pointing to the same element, that is our answer. This 0 is our answer. Or the value when we reach it, this will be our answer. So our answer will be like this A of L. Always at the end our answer will be L. And here the while loop condition will become this. Not the equal to, because when we are reaching this equal position, that is our answer. Because our L. Simple. So I will do another dry run. So this is our array. Let's do a dry run. So first our not one. This is our L, this is our H. What is our mid? This one. This mid is greater than this high? Yes. This will become our new low. Simple. Now calculate mid. This will become like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 by 2, 5. It will become 5 our mid. So this will become our mid. Is our mid value is greater than our high value? No, no, never. Our mid value is lower than our high value, so our high will do this one. This will be our new high. So 4 plus 5, 9. 9 by 2, integer division, it will return 4. So this is our mid. Is our mid value is greater than our high value? No, simply no. So we just simply do high equal to mid. High equal to mid. Simple. And now this L, ARR of L, this will be our answer. Simple. This is the simple dry run. Let's write down the pseudocode here. So we are actually given an array. Yeah, we are actually given an array. Take L starting from 0 and take R, which is some starting from n minus 1. Okay. Now take it left and right or low and high as you wish. So while the L is less than R, calculate mid, which is nothing but L plus R minus L by 2. Now simply do if ARR of mid is greater than ARR of high. For this case, L will become mid plus 1, and if it is not, then simply do one thing, R will become this mid, or not R, this H will become this mid, and at the end simply return ARR of L. This should work. Okay, this pseudocode should work because it is the actual pseudocode. Okay, I think somehow it will be like H. Yeah. So this is our pseudocode. No, this not. And this one also should become H. Reevaluate. This will be our pseudocode, simple pseudocode. Yes, we did it. Now come here, follow this pseudocode and write it. First we take a simple low at 0. Now take a high, which is nothing but nums dot size minus 1. Then simply while low is less than high, calculate mid, which is nothing but low plus high minus low by 2. Simple. Now check the condition. If the nums of mid is greater than this nums of high, then simply go to the next part. This low will become mid plus 1, and if it is not possible, this high will become mid, and at the end simply return nums of low. Let's run it. Yes, let's submit it. It's working. Now this code has the time complexity of big O of log n, because in every run we either go to the left part or right part, and we just completely ignore the remaining part. Okay, and our space complexity will become big O of 1. Simple. This is our time and space complexity. We managed to get this time complexity. Go solve this question here also. Okay, use this link on this platform, use this link also in the description to get a 7-day free trial. Use this platform at dsa.chaikot.com. Thank you very much.